Boom. Hey internets. Okay, wanted to make a quick video talking about names. This came up in a conversation with a brand that's going to start, really good friend of mine, so just wanted to have a couple words about the basics of starting. And so here's what I want to say, and I'm gonna mention this in the title, but don't be in a rush. A lot of times when I'm speaking to new brands, they just feel like they have to put their brand out yesterday. Now, if you're an influencer that's rising really fast, which I've definitely consulted with and like guided through a process, if things are blowing up for you where you're gaining like 10,000 followers or subscribers a month, or just it's locked to something that's very here and now, of course you should get your merch or get your brand going immediately. But if you're just going at this as a person who wants to start a brand, or maybe you want to start a side project and see what happens, all the way to people that have aspirations of having this be their main income that pays for their mortgage, etc. If that is the journey that you're going on, I would not be in a rush to put out your name. For some reason, there's always this false feeling like you have to do it now and you have to do it yesterday. Look, I'm a big fan of Gary Vaynerchuk, so hustle is a big word in my vocabulary, and I get that you have to keep moving. If you follow me on this channel, you know I'm doing multiple things at once, and so that requires me to have a certain amount of movement throughout the week. But logo and your actual name is something that you're basing, that's the foundation of what you're laying, this whole building, this whole empire that you're going to grow, that is the foundation that you're putting it on. So make sure that it doesn't sound like something else. Make sure if you can that you're creating almost a new word. That is a big basis of just starting with something that won't begin with trademark infringement or be in that, anywhere in that category of another brand that's already taken the name. There's many brands that I see that have portions of a name that I've seen on a brand that lasted before. And when I say before, I mean they're in the cemetery, but they might have done millions or been an ongoing company way back in the day, and I used to see them at the trade shows, you know, that happen in spring and fall every year. I see brands pop up on Instagram all the time. Look, it's so easy for you to get the domain, but really it's easy for you to just start an Instagram handle and a Facebook page that has the name of that brand, but you have to do your due diligence to make sure it's not taken or that it can even be trademarked. The worst thing you want to do is get to a point where you've built something and then find out that there's no way you can trademark the name that you've created, or one of the words in your brand is just so common it can be trademarked. So just wanted to bring that out there. Take your time. I would put a list together and put it in a subconscious part of your mind where you know that it's something you want to do. So 24 hours is in the back, in the subconscious, where you add to this list and you keep adding names, and not just names that need to hit it right on the head, but affiliations of things. When you're watching a movie, when you're listening to music, all of these things can help you come up with different ways to configure a name that can be unique and can be an intellectual property that you can trademark, right? It could be an interview, a podcast, someone describing a design process or whatever their process is. It could be athletic, whatever you want the brand to be affiliated with, other brands that might have the same demographic. Just thinking of the lexicon and the way they're putting out their brand, the way they describe their brand. So start a list and keep adding to the list. I have a ton of almost ridiculously detailed steps and tips along the way of helping you jog up a name for your brand. I put it all together in a really small mini course. You could get through it all in probably one sitting. It's really just over the years of consulting, just the best tips that I have in order to kind of position yourself to come up with a name that can be foundational to your brand. So you can check that out in the link below. Log on to CBA and you'll see that and a whole bunch of other solutions for brands that are starting, launching, or looking to get to the next level in terms of having real brand management and office documents that they might need to keep them organized. Again, from over 20 years in the industry, these are all documents and files that I use on a day-to-day basis when I am sitting as the creative director or I'm managing a team. Hope that helps. Any other questions, drop them all down below. We can talk about it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.